Hi everyone, and you're very welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and this is episode, I think it's 13 of The Hope Show. So weekly live stream where we chat movies, TV, pop culture, but most importantly, collecting. So I'm not on my own today, and the main kind of topic of this particular show is going to be all about if you had that kind of elusive kind of dream piece, that kind of, I suppose, grail piece, that kind of, whether it's a statue or a rare custom piece or a movie prop or some sort of an autograph signing or something that is rare and expensive and you really, really, really want it, what would be on the chopping block for you? What would you be willing to part with? Basically, this episode is all about using your collection to fund your collection. So I'm going to bring in my guests now. So we got Dan, number one.
Hello.
Who is in Carbonite. And Dan number
Hello.
two, who is not in Carbonite. Guys, how are you getting on?
Doing great. How are you, man? Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. So you the day off today, yeah? Happy
Yes.
days, happy days. Is this your morning though? Isn't it? It's like what, 12 midday?
Yeah, it's noon. It's noon right now. It's perfect.
Gotcha. Myself and Dan and Carbonite are in the same Greenwich Mean Time zone. So thanks very much for joining us, and looking forward to having a chat. We're chatting about some things we chatted about yesterday, definitely, Dan. But yeah, should be fun. Just going to address the chat real quickly. So we got Tragedy Tales, channel member. Did a giveaway for the channel members only. There is actually one coming up for everyone if I hit 3K, but it was Phil, Empire Strikes Back, won it. It was the Infinity War Machine Mark IV, and he gifted it to Tragedy Tales, who's also a channel member. Said, no, look, he seems to want it more than me. Just really, really generous of him. I sent it over to him, and he hits me up. He goes, man, I got the War Machine. Thanks very much. It's awesome. But check this out. You'll get a kick out of this. He kind of tilted down the front of the head like that, and in the back of the head, and you know, like the head clips in, there's a tiny little gap. There's a little spider, and I was like, how the... Because like it was up in the attic, but it was boxed in all the plastic. It was boxed in the foam. That was in the art box. That was in plastic, and then I had him in these plastic drums. So I was like, was he shipped to me like that, and he's been living in there for like however amount of time I had it, or was this in transit, or what? But I thought it was dead. He sent me another video. The thing crawled out and started crawling around its arm. It was creepy. It was creepy.
God.
I hope he caught it. Tragedy Tales. Ryan, I believe his name is. Did you catch that spider? Please let us know. So thank you very much for supporting the channel. By the way, if you do want to become a channel member, there is a link pinned there in the chat. 12-inch Move Stream, thank you very much for joining us. On Card Reviews, checking in there as well. We've got a Boba Fettuccine channel member as well. Mike L as well, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here, Mike. We got Ryan Smith, and we got fellow Irishman Keith, who myself and Keith are kind of very, very close to joining the 501st Irish Garrison, and Dan and Carbonite here is also part of the UK Garrison. We got Trevor. Trevor, the link was sent you there if you're free. If not, no worries at all. But thanks very much for joining in. We got Mike Fayella with the exclamation marks. I hope everyone is calmed down after the events that shall not be named of recent times. We're probably gonna have to touch on it, but yeah, I'm very nonchalant about it. I just don't care. But it'd be rude not to. Ian, who climbed or was around the Ben Nevis area today in Scotland, he'll be probably rejoining us next week. Keith, yeah, I'm not reading that right. He's keeping tabs on us. We've got who else? We got Evil Sneaker in here as well. Thanks very much for being here. We've got Brandon Salad. Saw Brandon Salad on LWO the other day. He survived his first LWO experience. We got then channel member as well. Thanks very much for being here. Clinton Martin, Talia Meyer. What else we got? I'm trying to make sure I don't skip anyone. We got Keith, Blitz 0065, and we got X-Man Supreme channel member as well. Thanks very much for being here. Very much appreciated. Really quickly, just going to give you an outline, some just basic housekeeping. So Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox, has very, very kindly offered and donated a brand new sealed in box Winter Soldier from Civil War, and if we hit 3k, that will be given away on one of the episodes of the Hope Show, so please stay tuned. just massive respect to the channel members. Going to shout out the troopers very, very quickly, and then the commanders to the troopers. We got Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Neil Horrific, Mugwump, Stephen Rinks, Mike L. Most of these are in the building as well. Massively appreciated. Payden23, Chuli, Bendu, Windu, Ryan Smith. And then we got the commanders, Tragedy Tales is in the building. 6 Scale Gallery, Alan usually joins us, couldn't make it today. X-Man Supreme, who is here, I saw him, he's in the chat. 12-inch Moose Stream, likewise. Philip the Fool, Keith the 6 Scale Padawan, who is going to eventually be dressed like this at every christening, wedding, funeral, birthday party he attends, because he's going down the Scout Trooper route when he joins the 501st. I'm very excited, actually, very excited. So it should be fun. Mark Mitchell, we got William Owens, Brandon Salad, Empire Strikes Again, Phil, Collecting Weekly, Boba Fettuccini. So massive shout out to all of those channel members. It is greatly appreciated. So we're just going to do a few videos on the channel. There's this, and this one is one I'm particularly excited about. So obviously over the summer I spent a lot of time investing in fusion reactors and wiring them up, and do my best to hide as much of the wires as I can. And in details, obviously I'll be glass, that can be a bit challenging, but this picture here, this is not a stock image or anything. This is my actual Mark 85 powered up with a fusion reactor. I just took up my phone and made a PNG out of it, so they do look pretty damn impressive. So if you're curious, please check out that video, and if any questions, just click them in the comment sections. So this is what we're going to be doing. Don't want to hold you hostage. Thank you very much. There's 33 people in the chat, and we got 2 legends on the panel here. Don't want to hold you hostage. This is what we're going to be talking about. If this seems uninteresting to you, and you're sick of tired about hearing about dewbacks and you know, limited to 300 Iron Man and stuff like that, I totally get it. You just don't want to hold you hostage. So we're going to talk about very briefly pickups and drop-offs, the Big Bang Theory. Yeah, we're going to get philosophical here. Not really. You'll know when I show you. We're going to touch on that Iron Man 300 that was announced like what, 2 weeks ago, and then it's out now. Those exclusives. Would that be correct, guys? Like that was announced and then released within like a week or two. That's pretty impressive. Like,
yeah.
So it's probably one of the advantages of these exclusives. If you're one you like, not only if you're into the limited game and stuff like that, and if something a bit unique that tickles your fancy, and then you're like, okay, it's also going to be out like in a week or two. So happy days. We're going to talk about Black Panther, obviously that Sand Trooper that I'm really excited about, and the dewback. Then we're going to talk about using your collection to fund your collection. All right. So guys, I'm going to just turn it over to you there for a second. Did you pick up anything during the week, or did you sell anything during the week? It doesn't have to be 6 scale, it could be statues, it could be anything at
all. I got Illusion Iron Man like within the last week or so.
Who did you go with, or what made
I actually
you
got him from Toys Buying Agent. He has like a crazy deal right now. I got him for $270 ship US.
That's pretty damn good, because that was like over 400.
Yeah,
when it was first. Yeah, and that's a nice piece as well.
Oh, dude, I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, to be honest with you. It's wild, dude. It's so sick. It's one of the few like unique, rare like pieces that like I love horror, so I don't really collect horror figures, but the other part of my channel, Dre, he does. He has all kinds of them, but I like zombies and all that shit. So I have like Zombie Deadpool, and I have this, and I plan on getting all the Zombie Strange and everything that they released from Hot Toys. So I got that thing, and it's beautiful, man. The amount of detail is insane. It truly is. I was really impressed.
I think it looks amazing from what I've seen from just like blogger photos and reviews and stuff, because I know there was people saying like, you know, they were complaining at the time it wasn't die-cast, but to me, like,
dude,
the detail
you don't even notice. Yeah,
exactly. Like, so I know I actually was very impressed by that, and I was definitely tempted on a few different occasions. So you're happy with the piece, yeah?
Yeah, and then I should be getting Black Panther in a couple hours or so. So whenever that FedEx decides to drop it off, so I should be getting that.
Whenever they can fit it into their schedule, that is
yeah.
Yeah, and do you know will you be doing a review on the Mysterio Iron Man and the Black Panther?
So for the Mysterio Iron Man, I did a members video for it. So that's out.
Right, gotcha.
That's out for that one. But Black Panther, I'll be doing a full review.
Gotcha.
pull on everything. But
and
yeah,
you
I just wanted to do a showcase.
you recently started memberships, and you did like a trailer and stuff like that, and you like broke it down and explained what's on offer and stuff like that, and I really liked that. If you want, like, you can I don't know if you can post directly into chat, but if you want to share the link in the private chat, I'll post it into the main chat there, because then people, they can just have a click on it maybe and check it out, and then decide if it's for them. So how long have you? It's only been a week or two you've been doing channel membership.
Yeah. I just started it, and like I said in the video, it's like it's nothing like you're not going to be missing out on anything that I do on the channel. It's just like extra shit. So
yeah, I think that's
really
key,
crazy.
isn't it? You don't want to like put the stuff that you're already doing behind a paywall. You're supposed to give extra benefits
that's kind
and
of
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually want to apologize to Tragedy Tales, the guy who got the Mark IV. he joined. I'm not sure, did he join or upgrade? And I didn't realize, because the commanders get their names on the outro. So I'll just play it now. Just like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Where is it? Because I didn't realize he was actually a commander, and I hadn't updated the thing, the outro. So this is just for you, Tragedy Tales. You're front and center. So you got your name and lights. They're the producers. So if you want to pop that into the private chat, that link to that video about your memberships, I'll pop it into the main chat. And So what about did you? So you got you're waiting on the Black Panther, and you got the Mysterio Illusion Iron Man. Did you get anything else, or did you sell anything else, or?
Nah, that's it, man. I'm just waiting for them to Hot Toys to start releasing stuff, dude.
I think maybe with the strikes they might be.
Yeah, I'm excited for that new pack though.
So we'll be talking about that. Thing is, I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's a dewback 2-pack, man. People want to be buying. There's people out there who are. I think that photo of the two of them together with the Sand Trooper Sergeant and then the Sand Trooper with the orange pauldron, that just like sold it. I think for a lot of people, and the fact that you have one with the open mouth, one with the closed mouth, and then bent leg, straight leg. You could make them look like, essentially two different setups. Mm-hmm. That I mean, it's going to be an absolute space hogger, but it'll be a showstopper centerpiece as well. But what about yourself, Dan? Anything new this week?
I've got the 3-0 First Blood Rambo coming off someone secondhand. I'm going through a bit of a weird stage. I think we all go through it with our collection of like the direction it's going in. So like I said, I've spoke before, since we've got module cases, it's opened up. I was always Star Wars, which I've spoke about this before, but now I'm sort of going a bit more DC, like, obviously keeping Star Wars, and actually bought that last month where we had Cosca Reeves and Cad Bane, and all that was a bad month, obviously, for a lot of Star Wars fans. So this one, just going to try and focus the collection at the moment on sort of my growing up 80s, and Robocop's coming out soon. And, perhaps going backwards and trying to get Martin Doc and things like that. I'm just taking my time with that, but I got a really good price for the First Blood Rambo, which is a good figure. I think it's a really cool figure. I've got a few friends that have got it. So, and it was a really good price, like better than I've seen on eBay or in the groups or anything. So I snapped that up. And then I'm just sort of taking my time. I've sold some bits. I've still got my troopers I'm selling. I mean, we've all talked about this before, and Dan will know. The secondary market at the moment is dreadful. You're basically, Shane, we talked in the group. Like, I sold my scout trooper because I went from having quite a lot of the stormtrooper, variants.
Yeah. See, you're similar to me, because like you obviously like the armor anyway. You have an armor. Like,
I have it. I have
an armor as well.
That's
like
my 501st.
So like when you commit to getting an armor like that, and they are not cheap, or even if you commit to building it, you obviously love troopers. Like
I do, but the problem is that can everyone hear me? Someone said, "Dan, what's up with your mic? Is that mine or?"
I think Dan, not in Carbonite. You're married.
Oh, right, okay.
They're referring to this wonderful sticker.
Oh, right, okay.
All right. I'm trying to keep it PG-13, so I'll be ignoring all that. Can a girlie eat a banana and just not like have people make innuendos?
She's eating a banana, man. That's it.
Shame on you. That is someone's daughter. Like honestly, I think you need to take a good hard look at yourself. Sorry, I interrupted you, Dan and Carbonite.
That's all right. That was good. So having all the troopers before, I had 10 or 11 troopers, but as we all know, and it's been quite a big topic with a lot of sort of collectors lately, that for me, I buy to sell to buy. I have to sell, especially if a lot of figures drop. So I decided to make the decision to get rid of the troopers, keep the main characters and the Mando sort of line, and obviously we can have Ahsoka, which is dropping tomorrow. You know that, don't you? It's dropping tomorrow now. So it's not Wednesday. They're dropping it on Tuesday now. So 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be watching that. It's 2 episodes. So I've decided to go down that route. But obviously, I'm trying to sell my troopers. And, it's like the Shore Trooper and the Dark Trooper and the Death Trooper. That's what I've got left. But it's just, I don't want to give them away. Because at the moment...
Oh, yeah, of course not.
It's great. No. But it is crazy, some of the prices I've just seen. I've just seen someone selling Cosca Reeves in one of the groups for 180 quid, which is mad. And I know that's, last month it was 280. Do you know what I mean? There's someone just dropped it 100 quid. So I don't know what it's like in the US, Dan, with the groups. Is it the same thing? Is it?
Same thing. Yeah. It's hard to sell anything.
I know, it's mad. It's never been like this. If this is the post-COVID.
Sorry, guys. I had to interrupt you because we're after getting a big super chat. Did it scare you?
No,
Mission accomplished. Yeah, mission accomplished. Yeah, plenty more where that come from. You want to scare Dan? Yeah, drop those super chats, guys. Ian's on holidays. He's in he's in Scotland. He's up in the Highlands, I think it is. I can't remember the exact. Is it Glencoe? It is Glencoe. It's a beautiful part of Scotland, I believe, near Ben Nevis, which would be the highest point in Scotland. I think it's actually the highest point in the UK as well.
I think and Ben Nevis is yeah.
He's definitely on the wine. Like he's very, very generous here. The show is late because Ancient Silver Fox isn't on the panel. Yeah, he does crack the whip, in fairness. Thanks very much, Ian. I do appreciate that. I'm telling you one thing, man. I've been going on about this for the last few months, and every time I say it, I need to actually do it. I want to get one of those like proper supportive chairs. There's what are they called? Secret Lab chairs. And like myself and Ian were talking about it as well, but like all that's going into kitty for that because this bloody chair is really wrecking my head. But thank you very much, I do appreciate that, Ian. Hopefully we'll see you next week. He's definitely on the wine if he's that generous. I'm just going to address the rest of these chats or some of these chats a bit before we go back to that conversation. So we got spiders are ridiculous. Pretty sure I live where they manufacture them. Apparently in Australia they're absolutely ridiculously huge. Arachnophobia. There's a movie now I have not seen, and I feel that every time you say you haven't seen a movie now, you're going to be Mario's going, yeah, see, he hasn't seen that movie. But it's a movie actually. I haven't seen that movie. I must check that out. Very old movie. It's supposed to be very, very good though.
1990.
Pardon? 1990, yeah.
I think. Yeah, I saw it twice in the cinema.
Focus. The fusion reactors look great, and I appreciate you showing us the steps you took to light them up. Man, thank you. I do appreciate that. To the 44 people who are watching, if you haven't checked it out, maybe consider doing so, because I remember when I was like I was like, right, I'm done with these batteries. It's not worth the frustrating 45 minutes to get them in there for them to die in 10 minutes, and I'm not going flicking all these switches every time I come into this room. That's ridiculous. But I just I didn't know how the soap reactors worked or fusion reactors. They're very, they do kind of, the end product is your Iron Mans are lit up, but they're different companies. Like fusion reactors, he makes them custom made, and they're actually quite reasonable. For example, the DX13 kit, which is just the eye, which is obviously going to be cheaper than a full Iron Man that has the helmet to light up the chest and the two arms and maybe more. The DX13i is $40 Australian. That's $26 American. Now the worldwide shipping is $40 Australian, which is $26 American, but he does combined shipping. So you order a few kits, the shipping will still be $26 worldwide. He's on Instagram. That video, his link is in there, and I don't get a kickback for anything like that. He's really, really good. One of mine, I kind of broke putting them in, and I messaged him, and he sent me out a replacement. He's just a good guy. But yeah, they do look really good. I'm glad that you've... and when I was trying to do it, I was like, I want to see how these things work. I want to see what they actually look like when they're in the box. I want to see how you install them, how you use them. So hopefully it helped people. Hello, fellow collectors, says Dart. X-Man Supreme is saying, picked up Mars Toys Prank Villain. Oh, and the Dynamic Duo. Good stuff. Just going to flick through some of these Collector Joeys in here. I actually have something to report as far as pickups go. Tina the Grail came in last week, and I was happy to get the notice of my Cad Bane. I'm thumbs up on that Cad Bane, but Mike, we do not see eye to eye on that Tina at all. But look, I'm glad, I'm happy that you're happy. And have you seen the original trilogy yet, Mike? Please tell me you have. Mike recently said he hadn't watched the original trilogy. Mike L picked up Dooku and Darkseid Anakin. Good stuff. We got Boba Fettuccini's in the building as well. Picked up Casa. Shane, your channel is growing. Awesome to see, brother. Well deserved. Keep pumping out the great content. Man, I really do appreciate that. Shooty all the way from Texas. And channel member. Thank you, sir. They're kind of... Oh, we got Brian Fontaine. How you doing, Brian? You must stream again sometime. I was lucky enough to stream with Brian a few weeks back. Great to see you. And we've got to interrupt the show once again. Because Mike L is dropping those super chats. We got Mike L, channel member, and usually channel member and panel member, but he couldn't be with us today, but hopefully he will be next week. So he's just saying boo. And we got $2 super chat. Really do appreciate that. Thank you, Mike. Massively appreciate it. Wish I could have joined today. Stupid work. Quit your job, man. Just quit your job. No problem. Lewis saying to Hulk smash their like buttons. We got low-key collector inside here. We're more or less up to date with the chat now. Dan 6Skill Reviews had to dip out for 1 second, and he's going to come back. Right, so the next item on the agenda is, where is that? We want to talk about this. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about, Big Bang Theory. Right, so I'll show you what I'm talking about there. So I'm not sure if anyone saw, did you by any chance see the visions that I did, Dan, with Don Prime from Geeking Out?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Right. So I did that maybe on
Fill me in.
Saturday. So I'm just going to show you what happened. So myself and Don, he's telling me about Transformers. We're talking about Generation 1, and he's saying like how like the continuation is different in Japan than it was in, say, the United States release. And basically, I'm just going to bring Phil in there. Phil, how you doing, man? Just right in time. Good to see you.
How's it just that?
Pardon?
The sound okay?
Oh, it sounds good, yeah. So we can hear you a lot better than when you came in the last time. That's good, man. Thanks very much for joining. And I like the shirt. You got a Falcon shirt on. Good stuff. Have you met Dan before?
No, I haven't. No. Missed him at Celebration. Good, you?
Ah,
yeah, you're not bad. Missed everyone at Celebration.
Yeah, I missed the two.
Yeah.
But it was the, I suppose, crowd's Wi-Fi and lack of signal. Right. So what we're going to do, could I just ask you if you're not currently speaking, just to mute your mic so there's no background sound, and then unmute then when you want to make a point or something like that. So yeah, visions there on Saturday with Don Prime, and this happened. We get that file. We got it. Okay.
But
We'll watch it one more time.
Transformers 2010.
Oh, right. So they completely changed that. And one more time. One more time for the fans. One more time for the fans.
Transformers 2010.
Oh, right. So they completely changed that.
But
That's
all right.
That's a poltergeist, isn't it? Or something?
Yeah,
That's
I like
something.
to say, the way I like to say things, Dan, is I like to go the extra mile for my subscribers. And everyone knows I'm a Dark Knight fan, and one of my favorite scenes in the movie is the Hong Kong heist scene. And I always said that if I got the quarter scale Dark Knight, I'd pose him high up on a floating shelf with the backpack and the sticky bomb gun as if he was about to jump off. I never expected him to. So the ironic thing is, it's one of the few figures that I actually use a stand with, because the 2 quarter scale figures I have, because they're just that bit bigger, and I'm like, yeah, I want that bit of support. But the ankles on the quarter scale Dark Knight are particularly bad. The QS19 version, anyway. I heard they're better on the original one, but
Is this the new one?
Yeah. Now,
Oh, right, okay.
I love the figure itself, the base, the accessories, the head sculpt, the suit, the presence, the cape drape's really nice. Overall, it's beautiful, but those ankles, they're particularly loose, and I had it posed knowing that it was loose. I had to use the crotch grabber. But even I find the crotch grabber, when you click it in, it's not solid. There's a bit of wiggle in it. So, look, it's long story short, I had the look of the Irish. The 2 pieces, the delicate pieces, land on the carpet. Nothing was broken. The blades and the gauntlets are okay. The nose, the ears. I got very, very lucky, and I've reposed it. I'm committing. I'm putting it right up there because that's what I wanted. But it's just it's significantly more a sturdier pose that I have it in, and I swapped it out now. It actually looks a lot better now. So yeah, but it was that moment. It was kind of going, right, just put this on the ground, continue with the stream, worry about it later. Shit happens, you know. But sorry, Phil, I was in the middle of that. How have you been?
Yeah, good. Just really busy with work and life, and you know how it is. Good.
You should quit your job, man. I'm telling you.
I should quit my job. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Shane, go back to what you were saying with Phil as well. Has that happened to you, Phil, with any of your figures?
Well, this custom shelf that I've got behind me here, I haven't actually put any sort of cloth or anything, so I've just painted over the ply.
And you haven't got stands either, have you?
No.
Oh, right, yeah. So you're both standless, aren't you, both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer not using the stands, unless, for example, the Bespin Luke stand. I think it's almost insulting to call that a stand or a base. That's a diorama. It's a light up diorama piece. It's like a piece of Bespin. It is beautiful, and when it's lit up, especially if you're using a CCFL with that, it just brings the whole figure to life, you know. So like those environmental diorama pieces, for example, like the Final Swing Spider-Man from No Way Home, the top of the building with the kind of has like a ladder and the bricks and the snow. I'll be using that. Like that just looks fantastic. Like, so those environmental pieces that are too good not to use, they're doing them a lot lately though. They're reeling me in, I have to say. The Mark III 2.0 with the Ironmonger stuff, that's a pretty cool piece. The Wolverine one with the grass and stuff like that'll be pretty sweet as well. But yeah, so yeah, it's just ironic the way the one with the stand.
The dewback diorama with that sand troop is pretty good as well.
Oh yeah, fantastic! Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a pretty big stand. You know, it's nice the way they threw in that dewback there for that sand trooper sergeant. So did you pick up anything new during the week, Phil? Anything in or out?
Well, I bought a Superman off some rip-off merchant. Got stung for customs.
Yeah. Man, I told you, man, don't be talking to the Irish. They're shady.
Yeah. Obviously,
did it come in any spiders?
No.
Because
I'm in the conservatory at the moment, and they're everywhere. I'm sure I've got an infestation.
Because you know the Mark IV that you gifted to Tragedy Tales. Yeah. He showed me a video when he got it. There was a little spider in the back of it, and I was like, "That is bizarre." Because it was up in the attic, wrapped in everything, and it was like, I just don't understand.
The deadly Irish Black Widow.
That's what it was. 100%. Okay, so Ian is on the beer tonight. By the way, he dropped a £20 super chat earlier on, and yeah, he must be having the time of his life out there, but. Definitely. Sorry, I need to. Okay, so we're doing this because I appreciate Super Chat, but we kind of need to get on the show. From
Man,
Lucy,
you're going to get your chair in no time.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, keep going, Ian. Keep drinking.
Keep going, man. Keep going. Yeah. From Lucy, she says it's lucky that the Hong Kong heist never knocked over a beer. You know what? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, she's dead right. It wouldn't though. I'm in my kind of annual mode of zen, like, so. No more beer till the end of October, maybe November. I turned 40 in November, so I think I might keep it clean until then. I think I could do it. I sound like I have a problem, but I don't. Right, so we're gonna just thank you very much from Ian, Agent Silverfox, and Lucy for that very, very generous £9.99 £9 super chat. And yeah, it didn't knock any beer, but it could have knocked over the tea. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on and we're gonna talk about something different. So very briefly, like, anyone want to tackle this first?
Well, it's already out, isn't it? Which is mad.
Yeah,
It's a quarter scale, 300 pieces.
300 pieces. 300 pieces.
It's lovely. I mean, I've seen it comes in a Perspex sort of display case. Not for me, but I mean, this will be sought after. This will be a grail to a lot of people. Again, not for me, but it looks beautiful. It will look great on a desk or, you know, somewhere posed on a shelf or something like that. Yeah, they've done it before, Hot Toys, with a few Iron Men in the past. I think there's been a Mark 6 limited edition 1/6 that came out a few years ago, movie edition or something like that. But this will be up there with the top grails, I think, just because of the size and how it looks and the number of pieces that have been released. I mean, it looks great, but not for me. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, it's going to be impossible to get as well. So for retail anyway.
Yeah, just before we go on to that, there, Summers Fam is asking about what case does the gentleman on the top right hand corner have? What brand are they? I think he's talking about one of ye, but Dan, you have module cases, don't you?
Mine are module cases 160s.
160s, okay.
Yeah. So if you go on my channel, Dan and Carbonite, I've done a few videos on that. To be honest, I've actually got to do a video just on the module cases, but I've done collection video and stuff, and a video on what they're on. You know, I've got them on risers, but you can go on my channel and have a look and
Excellent
just see
stuff.
there.
Good stuff. Brilliant. So, Phil, did you make them yourself?
I did, yeah. It's a £25 Amazon garage shelf.
Right. And is there acrylic on the front, or are they open?
Acrylic, no, it's acrylic.
So the whole setup behind you cost you £25.
Well, the shelving was 25. The acrylic was probably the most expensive part.
Right.
So literally the lighting, the lighting, the paint, everything was off Amazon.
Gotcha.
Probably. Great, man.
I mean, thanks. Cheers, Dan. Thanks.
It does look particularly good, yeah.
It is a bit of a dust magnet, that acrylic, but yeah, it's fit for
The
purpose.
module cases are the same. The acrylic on the module cases are the same.
Yeah.
You like, my wife comes in and I'm doing the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Ranges, just doing that. She's going, "What are you doing?" I'm going, "There's a. I can see dust. I can't get it off. I can't get it off."
And
Because as soon as you put it up, it all sticks, doesn't it?
And
It's the static.
the thing is, I have got magnetic strips going around the outside of it, but I've put like child lock magnets to hold it in place. So when I open it, it's sort of on a hinge.
Oh,
and
cool.
it's obviously there's a carpet in the conservatory, and every time I open it, it just flicks all the dust up from the carpet, and God knows.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
one of those collector problems, eh?
Real life
Yeah.
problems, first world problems.
But isn't it weird? It really is when you're in the zone. It really
Yeah.
is the worst thing in the world.
The
It's
wife,
like,
the wife just looks at me. I mean, she just looks at me like I'm nuts.
I know
I'm
the
there
look, mate.
staring
I
at
know the
myself,
Yeah.
polishing the case.
Look, you know, at the low point will be when you're combing rooted hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
think,
when you're posing Princess Leia or something, and she
Yeah,
comes in
yeah,
or
yeah.
something. You're like,
Yeah,
"What are you doing?"
yeah.
You're just like,
We got two more people joining in here. Well, we have Dan's back. Dan, who's not in Carbonate, is back. He had to switch onto his phone, and we have Costa as well. Is it Costa, or is it someone else? He's going to do it.
Muted.
He's muted.
He is. I can't hear him.
Cool. Just let us know when you're ready. Yeah, so and we got a nice panel of 5. Good stuff. So, yeah, Phil, this Iron Man here, 300 pieces, quarter scale, Mark III, gold, different shades of gold, and comes in a nice numbered acrylic case. I actually think the case is a very, very nice touch in the way that they're writing the numbers on the case. I wonder would they write the numbers on the figure, though, you know? But I'm guessing you don't have an interest in this?
I mean, what a piece. It's a stunning piece. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have any quarter scales. Obviously, being a Star Wars guy, if I was going to get a quarter scale, it'd be Star Wars. But I can't wait to see the reviewers review this because it's...
It'd be interesting to see how many reviewers actually get it.
Justin.
Yeah. Well,
100%.
no, yeah, but I think it depends if Toys Wonderland get a stock. I mean,
Yeah,
it's really interesting how they distribute this.
Toys Wonderland have everything, man.
Of course they do.
Eh?
They have everything.
Yeah.
They have 2 of everything.
Yeah, but you know, it'd be interesting if even third parties get it. It doesn't go. Just interesting to see how 300 pieces will get distributed in Hong Kong. Because Sideshow went at this, were they?
Is Lancelot Collectibles, is he based in Hong Kong? I think he is, isn't he?
No. I can't remember where he's based. I don't think it's Hong Kong. No, it's not. I think it's the Philippines. I think it's the Philippines. Right. Yeah, because I think Renz is from the Philippines, and I have a vague recollection of Lancelot being on Visions and Renz making a comment, and I think he said something in different language, and I'm pretty sure he said it's Philippines. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, good guy, Lancelot as well. Good taste.
But
as well.
I think hasn't Justin got a close friend there though? Is it Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan Kirkwood, is it?
Yeah. So whether he'd be able to pick it up or has picked it up for him.
I'd love to see it reviewed. It's great. Yeah. So
and Ian is saying Philippines as well. Someone made a point there, like this would be like, you know, if you have like a, I don't know, big slick CEO with the office overlooking Central Park, like something you'll see from Suits. This would be kind of, you know, like, you know the main guy is a Harvey from Suits, like had all these old vinyls and stuff like that, and he was like Slick Rick. This would be something that wouldn't be out of place in there, like, do you know what I mean?
Or on Kevin Feige's desk.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it's a great piece. I think nothing for me to be interested in, but, you know, it's nice to see Hot Toys doing something a bit different in a way, because it's Iron Man, but something that's, you know, like a display piece with, you know, the perspex and all that. I like that. But.
Yeah, I do. I hope they number, like, I know that they're numbering the acrylic cases, which I think is quite cool. I've actually flicked through some of these photos here, but I hope they do actually number the piece with the, you know, the same number and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I genuinely think that is pretty damn cool. You wouldn't have to overpose that. This will have enough presence, like, you know. But so got to introduce. We got. You good to go, Costa?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Your voice has got so deep, sir.
Hi.
Not what I was expecting. Don't force it. It's okay.
Oh boy!
There we go.
How's everybody doing today? Are you guys swell?
We're good, yeah. We're good. So Costa does like an amazing, obviously Mickey Mouse impression. But how are you doing? How was your day?
I just finished work and it was shit. And
quit your job, man.
Quit my job, right?
When I get T-shirts, they're gonna say like 1 6-figure focus, and underneath it's gonna say quit your job.
Shit collectors say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, make them all.
So what do you think, Costa? Do you have any interest in this, or give me your thoughts?
Well, I have zero interest in this. Because, well, one, I'm mainly collecting Star Wars right now. But if I want the Mark III, I'm gonna get. Well, I do have the one that's coming out on pre-order. I want the one from the movie. I'm kind of a stickler for that. Because I want what was in the movie. I think for Iron Man fans, this is awesome. Because you know, those guys, this could be kind of like a golden statue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a representation, but it's something different. And if you're an Iron Man guy, then this is probably you're dying and you want it. And I love that it comes in an acrylic case.
Yeah, me too.
And I do think they said it is numbered on the box. So yeah, that
They do.
like this is fun. This is like something fun. This is what I would see. This is what I like limited editions to be. Something you wouldn't expect. Could also be tertiary characters in shows. It just sucks when you have like limited to a main character and it's like their regular outfit. Let's say dark light side Anakin, and that's limited. So
yeah, I
don't
agree,
like,
man. Yeah, I agree.
I think variants, like, I mean, variations on toys have been done since the beginning, especially with Kenner and Hasbro. You get these variations, and a lot of their limited editions end up being, those variants, and not like what you see the character in for the majority of the film or the the piece of media that they're in. So yeah, I think this is fun. I think those people, some people are like, no, not another Iron Man. Well, this is where they're making money. Like,
Yeah,
they wouldn't release this if they weren't making money, and it's only 300. So there you go.
I think they're making an effort. Like, if you look at that Mark III is a great example, because I'm guessing Dan has that on order, 6 scale Dan, the Mark III 2.0, and then I got it on pre-order, and Costa has it on pre-order. Dan and Carbonite or Phil, by any chance you have the Mark III? No, the 2.0? Well, if you look at that, if they had made that limited, it would have been like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, that was a 2.0 that had to happen. The last one was underscaled. It had a swap out torso. There was like a neutral torso and a swap out, a twisted torso. Very unusual, because maybe they just didn't have the technology to do what they wanted back then. It wasn't even that long ago, but it was a while ago. Probably, I don't know how long ago it was. Like, it could be, was it 10 years ago? I don't think it's quite that long, but the paint apps are obviously improved in this, and head sculpt and stuff like that, and the beautiful base and yada yada. But if they made those limited, that'd be like pretty damn sickening, because it's such a massive character. It launched the MCU. It's one of the most iconic suits, the Mark III.
Yep.
You're kind of, they're cutting their nose off to spite their face then, to keep the whatever 3,000 people that they released it to, and they're feed into that kind of elitism then. Whereas with this here, not everyone is going to want the gold version. Not everyone's going to want the quarter scale. Do you know? Not everyone cares about numbered. But you're keeping those collectors that do care about it happy. You're kind of scratching a few itches this now. Someone also said if they had made this like a battle damaged Mark III quarter scale, like, that would have been more interesting, because it was like what you're saying, Costa, it would have been something from the screen, so it had that screen accuracy. But it's not the normal one. You can still get the normal one, 6 scale or quarter scale, whatever. But this is like a battle damage one. Not everyone likes battle damage, but I still think that would be something. Yeah, it'd be definitely something to look into. Dan, you got 2 of these?
Yeah, totally. Got 3 of these fucking things. Nah, man, I think it's cool. I think it's cool about the whole exclusivity thing for this. Like, it's definitely like more towards like the diehard Iron Man collector, and I think it's dope. But is it coming home for me? Nah, definitely not. I don't really collect too many quarter scales, and but I do think it's cool, man.
Those quarter scales be jumping around the place.
Nah.
They be jumping off shelves and everything, man. So.
Yeah. I've seen that. But kind of like you, I just prefer the classic, Mark III 2.0. I think that, that's just the one that does it all, that does everything you need it to. So I'm happy with that one. I got that one pretty much paid off. I'm just waiting on that one to release.
Yeah,
so.
I'm looking forward to that one too. Like, there's, I think a lot of people, it's an exciting release, even though it is an Iron Man. It's just such the best 6 scale version of Mark III we're going to get so far. I'd imagine if it turns out like the prototypes, which I'm sure it will. So we move on, we'll talk about this. I'm going to stick with you, Dan. You said you have this one incoming.
Yeah.
Were you pardon? Usually Hot Toys, correct me if I'm wrong, they release a prototype, and what you see is what you get, or maybe a slight downgrade. Rare occasions you get a major downgrade, and some even rarer occasions you get an upgrade, like the Ray or the Killmonger and so. But
Yeah.
this one here, like I think a lot of people, and I have to say myself included, I was kind of going, maybe they will update the head sculpt because of his untimely death, and because they're branding this as Black Panther Legacy Collection. Were you kind of secretly hoping that maybe they do a bit better, or were you like, nah, that's never going to happen? And are you happy with how it turned out?
I was pretty much in the boat where, like, we're gonna get what we see, man. Like, I always have that mindset when it comes to Hot Toys, until otherwise proven wrong. Because, like, over the years, I've been collecting for quite a while now. Like, I stopped trying to guess what they're gonna do, and I stopped like hoping that they do shit, because then it doesn't ever happen. At least for the most part. And that sounds like kind of negative, but like, I just like to keep it real, man. Like, for me, like, I saw the prototype. I think it looks fine. I think I'm one of the few people that I actually like the head sculpt, and I know that there's a better one, like a third party MaxNet one. I think that one looks fucking amazing too. But I actually don't mind the head sculpt. I mean, most of the time I'm not going to display it with it anyway. I like helmeted figures, like, I like them to wear their masks. So for me, it's not a really big deal anyway, but I still think the head sculpt looks fine. But no, I never thought that they would upgrade it or do anything to make it look better. Like, I just assumed we're going to get what we get when they do the prototypes, because they typically will just do stuff like this. But I totally get it. I think they should have. I think it should have been like a newer HD, like super, as like you like to say, like the shrink ray. It should have been that. But based on what we've seen from the prototypes, for me, I just kind of knew that it wasn't gonna happen. But like I said, I'm always willing to be pleasantly surprised. So
yeah. The data they've got so far to date is suggesting they don't tend to do that. But yeah, I actually think the paint apps have improved on it anyway, and I do think it's a bit closer to the likeness than the predecessors. Not perfect, but like, it's still, I think it's good enough. I don't think it's anything to be up in arms around, like, but yeah, that's great points. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. You don't have to, but like, Dan and Carbonate, Phil, Costa, does anyone have anything to say about this? If so, just yeah.
I'm picking him up. I'm gonna pick him up. Yeah.
And is this your first Black Panther, or do you have other pieces?
Oh no, it's the first. It's the first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was how it turned out.
Yeah, I've got no issues with it. I love the accessories, all the the shield. I probably would never use that mask, because I think that goes over his head sculpt, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I'd use that. But I've always wanted a Black Panther. When they released it, I day one pre-ordered it. So yeah, he's coming home at some point. Yeah,
and it's nice to have like a kind of representation of like not only like a strong character, but a strong iconic actor as well. Like, obviously he was
definitely.
Yeah, he was very sick during I think it was when I was watching. He did a movie called, I thought it was a good movie, and I made a mistake. I knew I was wrong. On the stream the other night, I said it was called 13 Bridges, but I was way off. I was like 8 bridges off. It's like 21 bridges. It's a good like thriller. I think it says there's 21 bridges on the island, on and off the island of Manhattan. I think that's why it's called that. It's a good kind of a thriller. But he did look.
They filmed that here.
Oh yeah,
they filmed that here in Philadelphia.
Right.
I was inconvenienced a lot, because like where they were filming, and they recreated parts of New York down one of the streets, and it was where my kids do musical theater, and like every day it was like you had to go like around. But yeah, it was filmed here in Philadelphia. They do a lot of New York filming here in Philly. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So it was neat to see all that stuff. got a glimpse, but you couldn't really get a really good view of Chadwick. So
Gotcha. And Philadelphia, is that like where did Rocky do the run?
Here in Philadelphia, right
I
up
see, I see.
at the art museum. So the
Gotcha.
steps of the art museum, which I've done that like once or twice.
Is it always busy there? Is it similar to like Abbey Road in London? Is it always people running up it and doing photos and things like that?
Well, see, every day, every morning, there are like workout groups that work out around there because it's a nice area where it has a bike trail and a running trail. So like on Sundays, my wife and I will go there and we'll run around the art museum, but never end up running up the top. But since they moved the Rocky statue from there's a Rocky statue that was originally put by one of the sports arenas, and they moved it right next to the steps at the art museum. So there's like a line of people daily getting their picture taken with the Rocky statue.
Is it the same as Rocky 3? Is it the statue, the one they had? The one?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. It's not, the steps. If you do it one time, but doing it like every
when you
time
live there,
you're there,
it's like, isn't it?
it loses its fun.
Yeah, but if you do that every time you're there, you'd
be
be fighting Apollo Creed in no time, like.
Right, and do that 51-mile run, that montage that he does. If you followed it exactly where he runs and the way and the order that he runs it in, it would be like a 50-mile run.
Oh my god!
Because those neighborhoods aren't next to each other.
Oh wow! Okay, that's really interesting. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a big Rocky fan, so it's like it's nice to speak to fellow Philly guy.
Yeah,
maybe
he did them on separate
Rocky
days
fan too. So
actually, before and I know this is going off like tandem with concerning the Rocky thing, but did anyone see that dreadful Clubber Lang figure from Star Wars? It's awful, and I'm gutted because for me, that's one of my grails, a proper Mr. T. Like that, and they've got it so wrong. Dude. Even like the Apollos. I mean, the Rocky they released is dreadful. Like, I can't believe
Star
they got the
Ace
license
needs
still.
How they got the license? Ace needs to be shut down.
It's awful.
Shut down for any human figure. Like their creatures, like the Clash of the Titans stuff, actually looks decent. So
I think that's because it's not people, is it? It's
Yeah.
But sorry, Shane, but I just had to vent my anger on that because they've really got it wrong, and it's.
No, you're all right. You're all right.
I've always wanted, and it's like
I've seen it. The skin tones on the face don't match the body. Like it's
Yeah.
And Clubber Lang, is.
It's just just no, man. What have you done?
And he's a standout. He's a standout part of the franchise as well, really, isn't he? Like.
Yeah, massive. I mean, he grew up with Mr. T, not literally, but like with the A-Team and Rocky and all that sort of stuff. So
Ryan has more bad news for us.
Yeah, man,
they got the Ghostbusters license.
I think it's only for the creatures because they've only shown the creatures. And let me listen. If they do those demon dogs in 1/6. If they do what they do with their other creatures, they'll come out fine. They just won't be. They'll be more like statues than anything. And I'm fine with that. But they can't touch people. Like they're just god awful at people.
Yeah. But it's annoying, isn't it? Because the Rocky license, Stallone's only got him. I think he can only do him. The Rocky story scenes. But the Rocky license, there's so many characters you could have, like Drago and Paulie, and if you wanted to go that route. But you could do Tommy Gunn or whatever, and get all
Tommy Gunn.
But you could get Morrison, but it would be not. It would probably wouldn't. But it's just the way that it's annoying because it's the same with the boys. They're wasting the license. 3-0. I'd rather have 3-0 do it. They're doing good figures at the moment, so. It's just annoying that the Rocky fans are being sold, been given crap, basically. Yeah, that's my opinion anyway. Some people might be different, but I'm just disappointed. Anyway,
No,
sorry, Shane.
that's fair. No,
So I
don't-
do
don't
want the
apologize.
Black Panther figure.
Yeah, no, that's better. No, we're back. We're back.
I want it. Like I want. I think the head sculpt is fine. I think, and eventually I will go back and get the phase 1 through 3 MCU characters that I'm missing and that I feel more a connection to. I will eventually go back, but you have to, Shane, budget. Got to make sure I'm in the Star Wars groove right now, and that's where all my money can really go to, because I've made some big purchases with the Ecto 1, and I have the snow speeder up there, and
you got the
big
snow
purchases
speeder.
have been made. So you can't
You
get
obviously
everything. But yeah,
built
I would
a Costa case for
I would
that,
love
did you?
to.
Costa,
For the snow speeder?
Yeah. How did you hang that, or
Nah,
where?
It's on top of.
Yeah.
It's
on top of the. So it's the Jazz Inc. 1/6 scale snow speeder.
There it is. Yeah,
I can't really.
it's right there on top.
1 second, I
It's
want to full
dark.
screen you.
I know. Yeah,
Ah, I see. Next to the turtles thing. And I'm
Yeah.
guessing this does not. We're not appreciating how big that thing actually is until you have it in person. Would that be correct?
Do you want me to hold it?
Is this the Jazz Inc. 1/6 scale one?
Yeah, it's 3 feet by
hold it.
3
This,
feet.
yeah, I want to see this. I want it just for perspective, like.
Don't drop it.
I know. I gotta be careful.
one-
I'm gonna drop the turtle then.
In fairness, we one thing is already we dropped 1/4 scale already, so hopefully
Oh my god.
that is
Nice. Wow.
insane. It's literally
Holy shit.
human sized.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oops. Yeah.
Oh,
That
God
is
damn.
that is
Baby.
insane. I feel a bit guilty asking
Yeah,
you to actually lift that down. Is it heavy?
It's got some considerable weight to it.
You're under pressure there.
that's amazing.
That's badass. Though.
That is unreal. Good effort. Thanks very much for actually taking it down for us so we can actually see it in comparison to a real life human being. That is amazing.
What I think about that now is I just think of Wedge going, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah,
Right.
that is mad. Jazz Inc., man, they don't do things by halves, do they?
They look great.
Do you know, it's funny how we were talking about Chadwick and we got onto Philadelphia and Rocky and Star Race, and suddenly this head sculpt doesn't look so bad. You know what I mean? Like, this is realistically, it's not a bad head sculpt. It is good. They've improved the paint apps, but when you really look at some of the other companies who aren't at the Hot Toy standard, you really kind of have a new. It puts it into perspective. Definitely, the appreciation. Yeah, just that snows people. I think Mike's very, very jealous, and I do think 12-inch Moose Stream actually has one as well, I believe, and he's asking, are you planning to weather it? Because I've seen some people who are weathering it.
I wish I could weather that stuff. If I sat down and spent time to learn how to do that stuff, yeah, I'll weather it. But I got so much shit going on right now with trying to do videos out.
Like,
doing these tutorials it's not easy. It's very
but
time
for a guy that says, like you said, you weren't really like that handy. You make these amazing cases, and then you make the videos explaining them. Shiny wants to know, will it fit in the detail? So, yeah, that's one for shit collectors say.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you get like 10 detolfs and put them together and like cut out the sides on some of them, sure.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody did. Oh man, I forgot their name. They fit. They made a Costa case, I guess, one of these cases, and they put their snow speeder in it on an angle at the bottom. So, and then they had more room on top to fit other shelves, and it looks pretty damn good. It's
Cool.
looks like it's swooping up. inside their case. I'm gonna guess that they used wood for the backing, and then put the what do you call it? The arm. It's like you can hook this up to like a TV arm, where you can move it around. Or there's a place, Stronghold Displays made a specific arm for it, so you can put it on the wall and you can have it flying, or you can have it just like up against the wall, straight up and down, and you can move it around, which eventually I want to do and put it back in that corner over there, but it's going to take time, and I wish I could do all that stuff with the weathering. But I like with this stuff, I did a lot of research, and then I went right in and I did it, and then I was like, all right, everybody, this is what I did. And
would Used do the weathering for you if you asked him or no?
I don't think so. Like, I think, it's a family business. His dad's probably painting a lot of these. Got his kids in there working. So I don't think he would. And to send this someplace it's expensive to send it.
No, sorry.
As one big box. It's
as part of the order,
massive box.
So if you place the order for it and you put in sort of a request for weathering, do you think you don't think he'd be up for that?
Nah, he probably would. I'm gonna guess he would say no. It's just, they have a lot of stuff going on over there, so
it's not as if like they had the two SKUs, like they had the Batmobile 2022, they had the weather version or the clean, so that was kind of part of the plan, but then it wasn't kind of on the agenda, I suppose, for the snow speeder. Right, so dewbacks, folks. Who on a panel is actually committing to the dewback? We got one for Dan, one for Costa. Phil went like this and kind of like put his hand on his face. It was almost like when you're in school and teacher asks the question and you think you know and then realize you don't, and just kind of go, oh, all right.
I wish. Yeah, it's just a space. It's just where you.
Yeah.
Done.
I'm with you. So we got Costa's in, Dan 6 Scale Reviews is in,
somewhere
Dan
here.
Carbonite is out, and Phil is out. Yeah, so Costa, like I feel like you can just make more space, like, because with the cases and stuff. But
well, yeah, I got if you look, I have like 2 cases I'm building up there. I got the one massive case up on that wall that could fit the dewback. And then I've got this massive case up here, and I'm just trying to fit them everywhere I can.
You're future-proofing yourself, basically. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. So we'll go through. I suppose I'll start with Dan and Carbonite, actually. Like, so you're not getting the dewback because of space. And do you have any interest in the Sand Trooper Sergeant, or because is that a trooper you come into your collection? Because I know that you're passing some troopers, you're getting rid of some troopers. So,
yeah, I mean the piece is absolutely amazing. It's got so much shelf presence. I mean, look at that. I mean, we talked about it before. People are ordering 2 just to have that sort of look. I mean, that looks amazing. Proper OT stuff. We don't get enough of that at the moment. It looks amazing. I just haven't got the room. And regarding the troopers and everything, obviously I've just spoke to you at the beginning that I've actually sold my troopers to invest in other parts of my collection. So I have had the Sand Trooper in the past, and it's a really good figure. That original Sand Trooper is an absolute amazing figure. But not for me, but I will look forward to everyone's reviews and pictures when you get them in, because I mean it's Didn't I see that someone said it's the same size as the Batmobile?
Yep, that was me. It's 80 centimeters long. That's the same length of the Batmobile. So yeah,
but not for me, guys. But as a Star Wars fan, it is amazing. I mean, I can't wait to see everyone else's. I haven't got like the Blurg or any vehicles or anything at the moment. I'm going to probably invest in some more modular cases to go that side there, go around the wall. But at the moment, this space, as a lot of people will have with this, I think.
Yeah,
But
no,
amazing.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
The that's my thoughts on it. Pretty much the same as that. The only difference is I'm getting that Sand Trooper. I just love the look of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, like I've nothing negative to say about the Dewback. I'm really happy that they've done this with the swap out. Right front leg. It can be straight or bent. The swap out the head sculpt. If you can get the little locks, kind of the closed mouth or open. So if you are crazy enough to get to and you have the space for it, it's going to be particularly good, especially if that's Sand Trooper or if they release another version of this Sand Trooper. I just really like this. I just want to quickly take a look at the Sand Trooper itself. I want to give this the respect as well because I really like this.
The weathering is amazing on this. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like
That's
it
a
reminds
still.
me.
That looks a still from the film.
It actually looks. Yeah, you're right, and it actually the weathering. It looks really dirty and like I love the Remnant Trooper, but I've heard people complain that they didn't like the weathering on it because it's the exact same as
This
they're
weathering
all
looks
the
like
exact
the
same.
original. This weathering looks better than the original Sand Trooper they did.
Right.
It definitely looks. Yeah.
I just want to actually start with the. I want to get to that slide to show everything that he comes with. Like, okay, first of all, this is just a piece of plastic, but that's a bloody cool inclusion.
And that. Look at that.
Yeah. Where is this? Oh. There should be that piece. It comes with 2 blasters. Like, if you look at this, right?
Yeah.
So not only does it have amazing presence and weathering and the pauldron and the kind of satchels on it, like these are 2 separate blasters, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're different guns. This one has some like kind of a like the cylinder thing on the side. Yeah.
I've never seen that before. I've not even noticed that in the movies. It must have been something that.
You got a sand base that everyone loves, but this makes perfect sense. Like, then it'd be better if they instead of making it rectangle, they could do the sand base, but do it maybe a kind of an abnormal shape with a bit more texture on it, and put kind of just subtly kind of some flat space where you could put them more or less anywhere. Like, but that might take away the texture of the sand. And I like the inclusion of the binoculars. This little piece of the droid is just cool. That's a kind of staff. I presume they use this when they're actually on the dewbacks, so you get that anyway. The backpack as well. There's so much going on there. Just a it's a trooper that kind of stands out to me personally. So this one's coming home for me. So Phil, any interest?
Dopoed.
Yeah.
Dopoed on the Sands Trooper. Yeah. You can't. It's fantastic. That is.
Have you been dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight, Phil?
I have.
Oh, you bad boy. But look, it's you've had positive experiences with them, haven't you?
I've probably had to chase the last 5 deliveries.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, they've switched it from Hong Kong Post to DHL and I've had it within a couple of days, but I've literally had to chase the last 5 deliveries from them.
Fighting tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
But there's a company, Dan, have you heard of Jedi Archives?
Yeah, it's in Wembley.
I think it is.
Yeah. No, sorry, that was something different.
They've got the dewback on its own for $450 pre-ordered, free delivery. I think that's a pretty good deal.
$450. Yeah, that is good. Yeah. What, from the UK, so you won't have to pay any import?
Yeah.
Pretty good, man.
So I'm almost sure Sideshow supply them.
Oh, okay.
They claim to be an official UK distributor. Whether that's right, I don't know. But I've had figures from them. They are pricey generally, but
I think for UK wise for us, we've got to look at similar to any big large statue that comes from Hong Kong or the States. We're going to have to pay obviously large import tax on it as well. So that's a good price, I think. $450.
Never say never.
Do it. Do it.
Gotcha. And sir, Costa, like you're getting this. Are you doubling up or?
No, doubling up. No, I'm gonna get one. I have like a few hundred Sideshow rewards.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've been saving them up, and this seems like the perfect thing to get. Get both the 2-pack. The 2-pack. It's
Yeah,
a massive 2-pack.
yeah. It's a single pack with a huge base. as was pointed
But
out
yeah,
earlier.
how can you not be like, my guy's just gonna be like, look, sir, droids. That's
Yeah.
all it's gonna.
Yeah.
He might not even be on the dewback. It's just next to the dewback.
Yeah.
Look,
You could
sir,
just put him
droid.
you could put him in one of your
Makes-
Costa cases, and then have like every droid you have around him in that pose,
Right?
You know, so yeah.
It makes me want to get the other Sand Trooper captain, right? Isn't that what the one with the orange pauldron? Like, I don't have it, but
That's going to
if I
be
get
hard
this,
to get
I probably
now.
should.
Well, the one from the Mandalorian is called the Stormtrooper Commander. It has an orange pauldron, but it's not a
Yeah.
Sand Trooper. But yeah, the original Sand Trooper is
Eh.
the original Sand Trooper is hard to get anyway. Like, the price is crawling up there, and it comes with a little probe droid and stuff like that, and yeah, it's hard to get anyway. But you know what they do have in? I'll go back to I think it's in these photos. They do. I'm not sure. Is it? Yeah. See, like there, like they're teasing this one behind. I think that's a 2.0 of it.
It's
they
easy
might
money.
get the probe droid or something. Yeah, like you might get they'll hold something back, like they've been doing. You know what I mean? Like
Or
when they eventually
exclusive or
reissue.
something.
Pardon?
Or give something extra.
Yeah, but you know when they say reissue the Mark 46, there was no head sculpt, so there was them holding something back. So they're 2.0 and something, but I think they're trying to make an effort to do that. They're giving you, like, say, in these 2.0s, they're improving something, or they're giving you a new base, or there's a new accessory. But sometimes they're holding things back. Not always, but like, you know, the reissue the Mark 46 guy, for like 2 years, every post they put, reissue the Mark 46, reissue the Mark 46 on the Hot Toys Facebook page. Any post, reissue the Mark 46, and then they did, and I think the comment was, "What? No head sculpt?" And then he disappeared. You know, that's quite. I thought that was quite funny. Yeah.
Thing is,
So
the trooper behind has got a sort of a different rifle or whatever it is,
He
and
did
he's got
cut
the
the
shoulder. He's
original
got the
came with
shoulder
that.
pack and that
The
shoulder
original
pack
came with that one. They did have that.
And-
the original.
and the shoulder pack.
Oh God! Do you know what? I've actually had it twice and sold it twice down the years.
that is crazy.
You know what I'm like, Shane. I can't
Yeah.
keep figures. I'm really quick with figures.
Do you want to play a quick game? Sorry, it's a bit of a segue, but I think this would be a game we're playing. Right, I probably know the answers to these. Right, so Phil, Costa, and Dan, 6 Scale Reviews, you're each going to think of a Hot Toys grail. Like, it's just a common Hot Toys grail. It can be from Star Wars, DC, Terminator, whatever. It can be from anything that is, like, hard to get now. And you're just going to ask Dan, does he currently own it, or did he own it? And I'd nearly say 3 for 3, the answer would be yes. So does anyone have one?
Tarka Vader.
Tarkin
Tarkin
Vader.
Which one?
Tarkin and Vader.
Oh yeah, sold.
So you had
Does it
that,
have
you
to be
sold
Star
it.
Wars?
Yeah, I
No,
sold
it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be
No,
Star
no, no, no.
Wars. It can be.
Okay.
Super
sold
Grails.
I sold the
Super
Vader
Grail.
because I upgraded to the Empire one, and the Tarkin went last year, just because I was again sorting out my, the way the collection's looking and everything like that. So
So
Go
Dan,
on.
do you have one in mind, or?
Yeah. What about the Samurai Predator?
no. Do you know what?
Nice,
I've only
nice.
owned one Predator, and that was the classic, from the Predators
Mhm.
film, the Jungle Hunter.
Yeah.
But,
I had that
yeah.
one too. Sold it.
Yeah. Oh, you sold it as well, Dan?
Yeah, I sold it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm not as bad as some.
Costa?
The only one I can think of, and I'm gonna guess he either still has it or sold it, is the Han and Chewie 2-pack.
Yeah. No, I've got that. That's
Yeah, I can't
That's,
see. Yeah,
What
Can't
about
see that.
Yeah.
I'll keep
the
that.
DX?
I'll keep that until they bring out a bloody new one.
Yeah.
Because
What about
that's-
the DX08 Jack Nicholson?
Had that. Yeah, I'd love that
The
again.
the
now.
DX13.
Had that. I've had
The,
both.
ro-
to be
ro-
honest.
the RoboCop
Yeah.
in the chair.
No, I had the original.
Gotcha.
Just the normal one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
But you've had a lot of grails, basically. You've had a lot of grails.
yeah.
And you still have some grails, obviously.
Yeah.
But so, sorry, Costa, do you want to chat about this? Is there any particular photos you want me to put up, or?
Are you talking about me? No,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yeah, I think for the trooper collectors, this is great. I do love the weathering. I just hope that it comes like this when we get it, because I believe that the one from Mando, the Remnant trooper, what wasn't there? It didn't look as cool, but it was nice. But the patterns
would
repeated
argue
too much.
I think the issue was that, see, I have it and I really like it. Now, currently it's serving as a base for Cad Bane. If you know, you know, check out my shorts. But it's a great trooper and I love the weathering. But I think the issue was because of I think it's called tampography, when they print stuff onto these figures, the weathering is the same. So if you have 2 or 3 of them, like if you want to do that, recreate that, you know, I like those odds scene, and you buy a few of them, the weathering is going to be the exact same on all of them, you know? So I think that was the thing.
And that's where you learn how to customize.
Yeah. That's where you take it out in the mud, just mess around.
Also, the troopers aren't the same, are they? The original New Hope troopers are different to the Jedi troopers, actually, and the Rogue Ones. There are
all the molds are slightly different.
Yeah. So
I
much prefer the original ones.
I'm kind of trooper blind though. Like I need to have them all next to them to point out the subtle differences. Same like Vader's. You know, people are like, no, the Rogue One is better. Oh no, the Return of the Jedi is better. But I'm like, what? You know, I have to literally have them next to each other to point out any subtle differences. Are you still with us, Dan?
Yeah, I'm here. I had to put my phone down, man. My arm's getting tired.
Are you so you're picking this one up, yeah?
Oh yeah, dude. I think I'm gonna go with just the one Dewback Sand Trooper pack, and then just one additional Sand Trooper, and then that's it. I'm not getting 2 Dewbacks. That's insane. That's $1,400 to get a 2 pack. Yeah. That's insane. $700 is already kind of a lot. So like for me, just one and a Sand Trooper, I think will be enough for me, because I thought I didn't have as much space as I actually do in my place, so I can put it in some pretty cool spots that will give it some nice like highlight. So yeah, I'm excited for this though, man. This is really cool. I was telling people that they're gonna make this, and everyone was like, "Nah, they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it." I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, I was
100%
one of those people. This one of those situations where I'm wrong, and I'm happy I was wrong, because you know, this makes people happy. Do you know, just on this, like, there's 4 different SKUs. Like, there's the Dewback and the Trooper. There's the Sergeant, Sand Trooper Sergeant on its own. Then there's the regular Dewback, and then there's the Deluxe Dewback. And the difference between the Deluxe and the regular Dewback on its own is that the Deluxe has the extra swap out head sculpt and extra front right arm. One's a leg, one's straight and one's bent. So you could box clever on this. Like, say, Costa has a right idea. I think if you're getting like the full the 2-pack Dewback, the Sand Trooper and Dewback, pick that up. And if people out there did want to get a second one of those SKUs are going to sit, and more than likely be one of the Dewbacks. I'd argue possibly could be the regular. But actually could be either, because you think about it, like if it was me and I wanted 2, I'd be kind of picking up the obviously Sand Trooper Sergeant and Dewback, and I'm pretty sure the Sand Trooper Sergeant and Dewback, I just want to double check to make sure and keep myself honest here, but I'm pretty sure if you get this pack, it has the extra sculpt and arm. Would that be correct? It does. So with this, you've got the straight and bent arm, you've got the open and closed mouth. Then all you'd have to do is get the regular non-deluxe Dewback, and then maybe hope they do that 2.0 of that pauldron, the trooper with the orange pauldron that they're showing here, which they probably will, and it would probably only be about $260. I think this is reasonably priced. And then they go Bob's your uncle, but and the reason I'm saying as well, because it's probably going to go, I would imagine one of those will be on the bargain bin. I know it could be a bold statement, but if they're big pieces,
I think so.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Will this
I'm
be a
gonna-
grail?
It
I think
will
in
be.
time it could be.
Okay.
If they do it right, once it turns out like this, it could be. But sorry, Costa, you were going to say something.
I was gonna say that with the way Sideshow and Hot Toys have been, making figures, I think this is gonna go waitlist, just like everything else that's been coming out. I don't think it's gonna go on bargain bin because I don't think they're gonna make as many. I also think that the 2-pack. I think the 2-pack will last the longest out of the other 3.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, because I think they do have a kind of a number that they figure for some of these. And if you look back at like the Spider-Man, a lot of the other figures that had multiple SKUs, it was always the non-deluxe that would get like look at the Green Goblin without the glider. Went waitlist before the one with the glider. The Spider-Man, like the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I don't know if that still has anything in stock, but without the base, that's still actually. I just debunked my thoughts. You know what? Never mind. I still think that they're going to limit what they're going to make. They're going to check out to see what they have pre-ordered. And remember, the 4 SKUs can still all be grouped into one big production, especially for the dewbacks. So like you put all the 4 SKUs together and all of them, they're like 10,000 dewbacks. And then you make 10,000 dewbacks, and there might, I just don't see them having extra stock, especially something this big in that warehouse, man. They don't want this thing to sit in their warehouse for a long time. So those are my thoughts. It might not happen that way.
Yeah, no, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Yeah, best of luck. Anyone who wants this and is getting this, it's a good time to be an original trilogy collector, especially if you're calling out for this, and definitely if you have the space. So yeah, it actually looks great, and that trooper will be coming home. So we're just going to go on to like the main topic here. So we've done all these other 5. So this one here, using your collection to fund your collection. Basically, I've asked people to think of something that like would be probably something that you've always wanted. It doesn't necessarily have to be 6 scale, just to throw out some ideas. It could be like a particular statue. It could be a movie prop. It could be like something, a signed art print. It could be a 6 scale figure, customized. It could be a vehicle or something that you want to collect, something that you saw that always stayed with you, but you're like, it's very expensive. It's hard to get, to jump through hoops. So the idea is to identify what that is and then go, right, if you had to use your collection to fund that, what pieces would be on the chopping block? So I'm just going to give you, just to get the ball rolling, I'm just going to give you an example. So this should be shared now. Why is that not sharing? Here it is. Yeah, grand. So my one was, I'll just tell a little background about this. So what you're looking at here, this I saw this piece like in person, like in hand or whatever. I'd say this was over 15 years ago. My mate had it. We were both big Terminator fans, and he got it from Sideshow Collectibles, but I'm pretty sure it's made by Hollywood Collectibles Group. It's about like I think it's like 20 inches long. It's quite big. It does have light up features. It's the aerial hunter killer from Terminator 2. I think they limited these to about 500 pieces, but it really had a lot of presence. And if you've seen, we've all seen Terminator, but those future scenes, I always loved them. I actually recently watched Dark Fate. I would not recommend it, but at the very start there's like a 1-minute clip of a beach with all these kind of human skulls, and it's at night, and the camera pans up and you just see all these T-800s coming in from the sea and see these hunter killers, and just those futuristic scenes of the future war from 1 and 2. I just love the tank and the aerial Hunter Killer. I can't find this anyway. I can't find this anywhere. Like this thing, it is quite big. Like it is huge. But I saw it in person. It always stayed with me, and I've recently started looking for it, but can't find it anywhere. Can't find it on eBay. Probably because it's 15, 16. It could be a 20-year-old piece at this stage, and quite big. And it's I think it was limited to 500. So I reckon I'm SOL on this one. But I started thinking, okay, how would you fund that? Like, and maybe certain pieces would have to go. Say, maybe some troopers would have to go. Like, I wouldn't sell, like, say, the original trilogy trooper or the original trilogy scout trooper, or like my favorite type of troopers. But maybe you start trying to pass off, the ketchup and the mustard trooper. Now, you're not going to get much from them if you can sell them, but just that throw it out there. Is there any piece there that you have in mind that you particularly like, that you'd be willing to start, saving for? That's a bit out of your comfort zone price range. That's what I'm saying. But I just think this is a amazing piece, and this would be one that I'd be willing to part with a few things if it meant I could gradually just maybe not pay for it all, but soften the blow on this. I think it originally was a few $100s, but I think I found it on one site valued at about 3,000, but I don't know how true that is. But yeah, let's just throw it out there to the panel.
I'll go off piste. So sorry, Costa. Do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
No,
I'm fine.
I'll go off piste a little. It wouldn't be a statue or a 1/6. It would be the Lego Millennium Falcon.
Is it UCC or UCS?
Yeah.
Is it UCS? Ultimate Collector Series?
That's
that right?
it. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I've got the smaller version.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love that. I'd love to get that Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's a pricey piece.
Yeah.
Well, how much did they go for?
I think it's about 750 UK
Right.
pounds.
Retail?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like almost 1,000 here, and that was like back in the day too.
Yeah. Because I've never really collected backwards on anything. I've been fortunate when I first got into collecting. It was the pandemic. Mandalorian was huge, and I dipped in, picked up the Mando retail. But the figure I always wanted was the OG Boba Fett. I wasn't particularly concerned whether it was the ESB or Return of the Jedi. ESB was the cheaper option, so that's the one I went with. So I've never really gone backwards on anything, and probably won't, because Hot Toys, you just never know. With 2.0s, 3.0s, 4.0s, but that Millennium Falcon, it's probably never going to go down in price. If I was going to sell
one Lego Millennium Falcon,
I've got the smaller version, so there is a smaller version of it. But it's huge.
You're talking about the one that's 7,000 pieces.
That's the one. That's the one. I think Jeddah. I think he picked it up in Disney and then displayed it on top of a huge coffee table.
Yeah.
It's
$850 on Lego.com.
Yeah.
It's how much?
$850 on Lego.com.
Yeah. I just went to a Lego store fucking this weekend, and I seen it for $800.
So you can still actually get it.
Yeah,
but it's just very pricey. Like.
It's the price. It's the price of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the next part of that, like, I mean, like if I could find that Hunter Killer and I could work towards it, I don't know. It's very unrealistic because the chance of finding one would be would be tough. Chance of finding someone who's actually selling it, and then the third one at a price that I could afford. Like I'd be looking, okay, there'd definitely be a few troopers that would go. I'd keep my favorite ones and just cull the trooper collection a bit, definitely. Then I'd be looking at, say, multiple figures I have multiples of. Like maybe there's a few Spider-Man there that could go or something like that. But it'd be difficult because I wouldn't want to sell a Grail to get one, because then I feel like I'd be cutting up my nose to spite my face. And unfortunately, selling these things that were the market now, it's hard to sell them anyway, and you're gonna get a fraction of the price. So how much will it actually help you to fund what you want? So is there any pieces of your collection that you'd be like, I'd be willing to part with this to get the Millennium Falcon UCS, or to at least soften the blow?
Probably be the Marvel. I I sort of dipped into the end game, so most of my Marvel figures are end game. I tend not to sell figures unless I mean I bought I think it was the 40th anniversary Boba, like the Kenner version, and then I sold that to get the Empire Strikes Back OG version. And then I did the same with the Mandalorian Death Trooper. So I bought the Chrome Trooper. I was one of the idiots who bought the Chrome Death Trooper, and I sold that to fund the original Mando.
Gotcha.
I think there was and the original Beskar Mando. I sold that to buy the Chrome. So I tend to
you chromed up.
Yeah, I chromed up. Yeah, so I tend to sell something that I'm upgrading for the same IP, I suppose. But if I was going to invest for the Millennium, then yeah, it would probably be I wouldn't get rid of the Iron Man because it's the only die-cast figure I've got. I wouldn't got rid of the Superman because he looks amazing. But I mean, Caps, Comic Book Spider, Iron Patriot, Rocket, they would probably go.
It's not an easy question because it's like
no, it's not because I hate selling figures.
Yeah, exactly. And my mentality is kind of go like, unless I actually don't have the graw for a figure again. Graw is the Irish word for love, so it's just the thing. If I don't have the love for a figure anymore, maybe I make a mistake, make a misstep, the figure I don't have that excitement for. Unless I've hit that stage, I cannot sell. So even though I'm talking about the ketchup and the mustard troopers, but I still like them. You know what I mean? I like how they look together, and I like how I have them displayed. So they're tough decisions. But if it's like my mentality would be try to go, okay, just save a bit longer. But sometimes you don't have that option. Like I say, if I found that in a secondary market, it'd be like, yeah, this is the price. You'd need money relatively quick, and then it'd be hard to sell stuff anyway, unless you've got something that people are really looking forward to, like a DX08 or DX13 or something.
Yeah, because I actually won the Mustard Trooper in a pound raffle on Facebook, and I wouldn't want to sell it.
Yeah. A pound raffle, happy days.
A pound raffle.
Yeah, because I like the backpack it has on it, and even like the kind of the cannon. What about yourself, Dan? Do you have something in mind that's like a bit like, oh, this is a bit pricey, I've always had my eye on this, but I don't know. And is there anything you could let go of to try and soften the blow?
Which one?
Which Dan?
Oh, sorry, Dan, not in carbonate, because I know Dan. I know Dan in carbonate's one.
Yeah. So there's a good one. I missed out on the Prime one, Superman from Hush, the original suit, not the black. That thing is going for like over $3,000 now, US.
Wow.
So it's a bit out of my reach in terms of like what I'm comfortable spending. I would pay the retail price for it, but I'm not spending $3,000. It's literally it's doubled in price since it sold out. And it's just one of those pieces, man. It's like, it's a classic suit. It's the pose, everything about the figure, the statue is incredible. It's a 3rd scale. And I would love to have a Superman in 3rd scale because I have a Batman, I have a Nightwing, and I would love a Superman. But honestly, I totally could just offload a whole shitload of figures in my collection because I typically sell stuff to get stuff if I want to, but I haven't sold anything in a long time. But I'd probably get rid of a lot of the Marvel stuff I have. I would try to keep as many of the grails, quote unquote grails, as long as I can before I have to do that. But I don't know, kind of like what you said, I would just save up if I really, really want it. Like I don't need it, but that's something I would really love to have in the collection to really complete, that world's finest Batman and Superman duo. So for me, like that piece is incredible, and they're remaking it, but only in quarter scale. So that's kind of a turnoff for me. I want it in 1/3, and it's a big piece, but yeah, dude, that's one that's just out of my reach right now. Financially,
but it's always there in the background ticking away, like
yeah, and he's hard to find, man. Like, dude, nobody wants to sell that for like a good price because it's big. It's hard to get. Like Prime one, like statues. Like for those who don't know, most of them are numbered, and not sure the edition size on that one, but I'm assuming it was pretty low, especially for like the deluxe one. So yeah, that's a tough one to get. So yeah, that's just one that slipped away between the fingers, man.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's nice to kind of always have that thing to work towards, even though it might be unrealistic, but you never know. Be some buzz to get something like that. You're thinking of that long. What about yourself, Costa? Is there anything there that you're kind of like?
Yeah.
This man's prepared.
I'm gonna have to leave after this, but I will
problem,
answer this question very. I'm gonna go same ship as with the Millennium Falcon, but I want the Master Replica. I think it's like 12 grand, something like that.
Oh. Ouch.
But it's a replica of the model that they used in the Star Wars movies. And I don't know if it started out at 12 grand, but that's where it's at now. It might have been, from what I heard, I think
it was a couple of grand back in the day. It was quite expensive, but obviously numbered. But that was one of mine, Shane, that I put in the thing as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw that. I remember.
Yeah, that was one of mine as well.
Amazing,
that and the AT-AT.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the AT-AT.
Oh man,
I think
it's got like a
I would
slow
want
speed
that
as well.
too. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I think they've got the prototype life-size replica in Pembrokeshire, not too far.
Oh
from where I
really?
live. Yeah. Apparently, that's where it was built. It was where it was built. Apparently.
Have to come back to the UK.
I'm just gonna get that piece.
I got a spare room. Get yourself over.
Oh, dude, my wife and I, we came to see The Cure for their 40th anniversary in 2018.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
And we just fell in love with London. So coming out to see other parts of the UK, hell yeah. We went to Bath too. We loved Bath. I don't know. It was
nice there.
We weren't expecting to like Bath as much as we did. It was pretty nice.
If you're coming to Wales, bring an umbrella.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's fine. I'm cool with rain. I'm cool with rain.
But
yeah,
love
everything.
The Master Replicas, anything, because they went out of business quite a long time ago, didn't they? And I mean, the blasters they do and everything like that were awesome. I wish, something would take its place now. I mean,
Yep. Me too, man.
But everyone's chasing those, and they are numbered and really, really rare, and like you said, expensive. And to ship those would always worry me as well. They must be quite delicate as well. Imagine.
I've got that photo there
I've
now.
seen people display theirs. They have like a coffee table display or something. It just looks so good.
I know.
At first, I was like, "What is that?" And I thought people were making like the Bandai has their true scale or whatever the models that you can make. But I don't want to spend that time to be making the model, and then you add the lights and all that stuff. This thing was already ready to go. The lights, some of them were signed. I'm sad that I missed out on it, but hopefully somebody does come around and
there you go. That's one I said.
Yeah, look at it. It's gorgeous.
Oh my
Now,
God.
this
I've
point
changed
is
my mind.
neither. This point is
He's like,
neither here
UCS,
nor there.
what?
This is the Master Replicas ones, about the one that they say it says 12 grand. But like, this is neither here nor there. But we spoke about acrylic earlier on, so I'm guessing this is like some sort of glass or acrylic. And the guys clearly spent a lot of time cleaning it, because you see it has the solution and the kind of the rag down underneath it. If you're going to put all the time, if you're going to put all the time into it, when you take the photo, just move the cleaning product and the rag out of the way, man.
I found that on the internet, man. That's a lot. It might be an old photo. That is, yeah. So
it's a bloody nice piece, though.
Beautiful piece, man.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
So, as soon as I have this up, Dan, do you want to talk us through this? So you sent me some images of.
Oh man,
there's
I'm a massive Jaws fan. So Jacob Raymere, who I've used a lot before, and this was Chip Perrin online. I went through these. This is my grail: Brody, Quint, Hooper, and the Orca in some. I mean, if Jazz Inc. did a full-size
cool.
Orca, that'd be amazing. But any sort of diorama like this for me I'm a massive Jaws fan with Star Wars, and for me, this is
amazing.
This is it for me. I'd sell, and I'm well known for selling figures, but
and this is why it's good to finish with you, because so how would
I'd
you
sell
like
anything
say?
because I could get it again, but they do. These are customs. So there's a run that's going on at the moment, I think, with Quint that I'll probably get into. I missed that Brody, which I'm gutted about. I only just found out about that. We're talking mega money. We're talking, $1,000 each at least. That's
do you know who made it? It's a custom,
he's
isn't
one
it?
of the best in the world, in my opinion, with the paint. I mean,
Who
the
is it?
sculptor. What's that? Sorry,
No, who is the sculptor?
Jacob
painting?
Raymere. If you look
Right.
online, I've used him quite a few times. When
Right.
I had custom figures, I had an Indiana Jones and True Detective and Nucky Thompson and all that. I was into that for a little while. But this is, I mean, the paint on that is unbelievable, from the custom. I mean, you're looking probably about $400 or $500 for the paint job. And then the figure, the clothing's probably $700-800. It's crazy. It's mega money.
That is mega money.
But these are quite old. This is probably 5-10 years old. I took these were done by Trevor Grove, not these, this is new, but the ones before were by Trevor Grove, and there wasn't many. And I know a guy on Facebook called Chip Perrin, I don't know him, but he's got this set up with the Orca diorama. And for me, because obviously behind me, I've got like the INART Joker, but all the others are Star Wars figures, all the new Mandos, and I've got Generso and things like that. But you can get these again for me because the license for Jaws has never been shown. These are my ultimate grails, and I've just ordered the 1/6 scale Shark City Ozark bust, so it's going to go in there, and it's just 1/6 scale. It's really cool. I've had one before. But I've upgraded it to but the only reason I sold it is because they've got a new one. So I've just upgraded it to a new one, which has got high definition stuff and things like that. But for me, I want to get, obviously I've missed out on Brody, but if I can get Quint and Hooper and then try and get this down the line, or just have a Quint next to Shark, I just want a representation, because I also collect Jaws autographs as well. So I've got a lot of very obscure.
I remember you were speaking about that before.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, that's my grail. For me, if I can get any of the Jaws people, that's for me. So.
Are they seamless wrists as well, Dan?
Sorry?
Are they seamless
I
wrists?
don't know.
As well?
Yeah, I found this on. To be fair, mate, I found this on Facebook. It came up the other day because obviously someone was on the run that I missed, and it came up, and I went, "Oh my god, that looks amazing!" So it's either been photoshopped or he's, I mean, your customizers, you know what it's like with a lot of the customizers that they'll spend loads on bodies and just blown away. But that's something I'd like to work towards for me to get them. I wish someone would actually have the license, but I think it's crazy because I think they'd sell. Sideshow could do it easy.
Yeah,
but there's a problem with Roy Scheider's estate. They don't because the NECA figures, I don't know if I've got the NECA figures up there, and they did Brody, they did 2 Hoopers and a Quint, and they showed the prototype for Brody, but his wife doesn't like anything that looks too lifelike. Like, she's all right with pops and things like that, but anything that's too lifelike to Roy Scheider, she won't approve. So Big Chief,
defeats the purpose then, doesn't it? Like,
Big Chief went for the license. I knew Greg at Big Chief before they left, before they went, and I had a big chat with him. They had the Jaws license at one stage, but because because Mrs. Scheider wouldn't agree, that they didn't take it up because you want all three. You'd have all three.
Have you spoken to? Is it you say Greg from Big Chief? Have you spoken to him
a
since
little while ago. Yeah,
Pardon?
a little while ago. Yeah, I sent him a message just to say sorry, about what's going to happen and all that sort of
It's
stuff.
a shame.
He's a great lad.
Yeah. Because I just actually I set the 2 boys up in the detolf, and I took out the signatures and display them on front. It's a nice touch. But folks, thanks very much to the panel members. Really do appreciate it. We're gonna wrap up there. I'm back to work anyway tomorrow, so I won't hold anyone else up. Massive chance. Thank you to all the people in the chat who engage and give up their time, and obviously massive chat to the channel members. We'll see you again next week. Unless anyone else has anything to add, we're out of here. Be good.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. See you, folks.
Later.
Thanks, everybody.